All right, so we're back and we're going to mark sentences. Now, let me say this because some of you are a little bit struggling with doing work the way that Miss Monroe knows you know how to do. So we're kind of not doing certain things. For some of you, you like said, we're not marking our sentences. We're kind of not doing our work neatly. We're not following what Miss Monroe just because you're home, you're still sending me the work. I'm still going to see it. God still sees it, okay? You know, and do not give your parents a hard time. If you give them a hard time, I will call you specifically and have a talk with you because you know the right way to do things. So please, 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 because if you're not following the instructions and things, when it comes to tests and quizzes, some of you are not going to be able to pass the next quarter, and that's going to be bad for your grades and bad for going on. So I really want you to be putting your best effort in because I know you know how to do it. Some of you are just killing it and you're doing awesome on some of your work, but some of you are getting a little bit sneaky to try to not do some things because I'm not right there with you, but I'm still right there. So, and God is there. Remember, we're doing this work and we're doing and are learning and all of that for Him and for His glory. Are we glorifying Him? So make sure that you're doing that, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there really quickly because I don't want some of you to get lazy on me just because I'm not right there watching you, okay? So you know how to mark things. You know how to do these things properly. So we have our first sentence. I know it's not super easy to see. I guess I could pull in a little bit, but I want to make sure you can see underneath because we're going to diagram it too. So it says, my yellow umbrella broke yesterday. So the first thing that we do is we look for our verb, whether it's am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, or some action. Do we see something that you can do or that can be done? Yeah, something can break, okay? My umbrella broke. So broke is our verb. We always underline our verb twice, okay? If you underline it once, I'm going to think you're doing it as the subject. So underline your verb twice. And then who or what broke? Umbrella broke. And your subject predicate divide, that will help you to know where your subject predicate divide goes. So between umbrella after our subject and before our verb, okay? Now we need to look at our noun in our sentence. So remember, guys, what yesterday's math or language page, you did not have to finish the rest of the sentence circling the adjectives and things because they're not going to be diagrammed. When it's diagramming, you'll only need to do the ones that will matter for the diagram. But if it says underline all of the nouns and circle all of the adjectives in the sentences, that's what you're going to do. I hope that makes sense, okay? So we know that umbrella is our noun, so we circle our noun, umbrella, and then we ask our questions. Which one, what kind, how many, or whose? Is it a big umbrella? Is it a green umbrella? Is it, so whatever it is, that's what we're asking. So it's yellow is describing what kind of umbrella. So I think we should have boxed our nouns. I don't even know, but so box your nouns so that way you can circle your adjectives. And then this is where we forget these little words. Whose, my, okay? So that's important that you recognize my and yellow both describe umbrella. So on our diagram, we write our verb first, and then we write our noun. Umbrella broke. And And again, yesterday they gave you the number of lines that you were supposed to use, and some of you didn't use them all. So that was your hint to know, oh, it's not just yellow as my adjective. My adjectives must be my and yellow. So think that through carefully. And then you have to put them in order. You can't do yellow my. It should read in order. My yellow umbrella broke. Okay? So they need to go in order on the sideline. The first word first, the second word second. Okay? Does that make sense? Are you getting that? Because that is going to be very important that you make sure that you do the my first, then yellow, then umbrella, and then broke. So it reads just like a sentence. Now I'm gonna go back out so we can see the other, so we can see the other sentences and diagrams that I'm gonna try to do. So, come on. Sorry, my camera's giving me attitude right now. Why is it doing that? All right. So my second sentence says, Mason's little hamster is nibbling a carrot. Mason's little hamster is nibbling a carrot. Where's my subject predicate divide? After hamster. And what is my verb? Is nibbling. Very good, because nibbling is something you can do. It's an action. So is nibbling is my verb. What is my subject? Who or what is nibbling? Hamster is nibbling. Then we ask which one, what kind, how many, or whose. Which one or what kind of hamster? Little. Anything else? Whose, right? Okay, this is the one that many of you forgot yesterday and the day before. It was like Grandpa's clock or Elizabeth's room on page 147, I think it was, and we missed those, or 148. And then yesterday there was a couple times. So don't forget words like my or Mason's. Those are adjectives, and they're both describing hamster. So again, I draw my horizontal line. Is nibbling goes on the right side. My verb goes on the right. And then I draw my little vertical line, and I put my subject on the left. And then underneath, I draw the lines for how many adjectives I have. And I have 2 adjectives that are going to describe hamster. And it's Mason's on this line. The first line goes with the first word. And little is next. Okay? So Mason's little hamster is nibbling. All right, and then the last sentence. An orange glow filled the evening sky. Where does my subject predicate divide start? Between glow and filled. Good. Filled is something we can do. You can fill something. So filled is our verb. Who or what filled? Glow filled. What kind of glow? Orange. Okay. And then, and it should be like boop, 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 boop. And, a and the, a and the, a and the, a and the. Anytime you see that, it's going to be, oh, can't forget that word. That is always an adjective describing the noun. So, an, orange, and then those both describe glow. So again, on the bottom, and I'm doubting you can see that, so I think I'm gonna, oh, I guess you can see it a little bit. There we go, a little bit better. So on that line, we have filled, And then in front of filled, we have glow. And then we do our 2 lines. I guess I did a little longer than I need to. Underneath for Anne, and capitalize it because it's capitalized. Orange underneath glow. All right. So make sure, look at those carefully to make sure that you're doing it. And orange glow filled. So it should almost sound just like the sentence itself. Okay. So time is going again. So I'm just going to look at just the box on page 150. 150, it says an adjective is, and you already know. So it's telling you over, I mean, this is what, the 4th, 5th time that we've seen an adjective is, an adjective is. So if you get to the test tomorrow and it asks that and you don't answer it, you're going to be in trouble because you should have that memorized. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Then an adjective answers which questions, which one, what kind, how many, and whose. Know each of those 4 questions. So think A, underline each noun and pronoun. Each noun and pronoun. Circle each adjective. So this one you are going to be circling and underlining everything. And then draw an arrow from each adjective to the noun it describes. Look carefully. I'm going to see. Okay, so I was thinking I'm going to still be doing points and things, probably for work coming in. I'm going to switch all the class dojo and reset them. And I'm going to start putting points down for those who are really doing well on all their work. And we'll see who gets the most points through that. Because some of you are killing it and you're getting all of the adjectives and all of the nouns and all of that. And then some of you are not quite. So I want to push you to get to do it. Then remember, B, you're using the correct usage of it's, there, it's there, your. Oh, I wanted to go through that too. All right. So don't forget those important pronouns. It's. If you are doing it's as it is, IT apostrophe S because it's a contraction. If you're doing your, you don't say you're doing a great job, YOUR. Because if you put YOUR doing a great job, then you're basically saying that the person owns doing. Can you own doing? No. So you would say you are doing a good job. How do we write you are? YOU apostrophe RE. So anytime you can say you are, just like some people put you're welcome, and they make it the welcome that belongs to you. No, it's not YOUR welcome. No, it's YOU apostrophe RE. You are welcome. If you can say you are, or it is, or they are, they're going to the baseball game tonight. Okay? You don't spell it THERE or THEIR. They are THEY apostrophe RE. So that's what you're doing for section B. Remember B. Think that through very, very carefully. I might come back on and do another video just about reviewing those because they're a little bit tricky and I want to make sure you get them. And I can just make videos. You don't have to watch them, but this will help you. I almost guarantee you, and I'm hoping that you will. Then you have your A or an for think C. And remember, every time you see that A or an with the, they're always adjectives. Then you're remembering teach, can, may, learn, A or an, may or can, all of those. That's remember D. Then you are going on to page 151. 151, mark your sentences. I'm not going to tell you again. Mark your sentences. Then diagram, subject, verb, and adjectives. It gives you the lines underneath, so that tells you how many adjectives you should be able to find. So do that carefully. And then think B, you get to have fun because you're coloring in, but color carefully. Nouns are yellow, only nouns. So if you need to put a little N in each of them so you'll remember because you don't want to color it wrong. Then verbs are blue and adjectives are purple. Yeah. So color those in very, very carefully. and can't wait to see all of them, but I really want you to work hard so that you're doing it correctly, because I know you know how to do these. So work hard on this page and make me proud. Mark, 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 and then check carefully. I want to see who's the best detective. Maybe I'll give the best detective like 20 points or something, so that way you're really trying hard. All right? Show me that you can do it, because I know you can. Make me proud. See you soon.